Hi, back again. Very, very exciting. We are on to November. See, I was all organised and I had got my number generator, and then I went and did something and didn't get my number generator. So that was just a lot of gibberish then. Right, here we go. We've not got many numbers left, so this is going to be interesting. I know there's some really, really tricky tags left. Let's see. 50, we had that last time. 5, we haven't had that. 5. 40 we've had. 39 we've had. 35 we've had. 16 we've had. 34. Oh, and 45. Oh, not got many left for the last month of the year, but anyway, let's see what we're up to then. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, cross stitch. Kisses. Kisses and a cross stitch. Right, number 34. 2, 3. Oh, a cuppa. A cuppa. Oh my god, that's going to be interesting. And then 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 45. Oh, that was bonfire night, I think. Yeah, 5th of November. So that was a little little stars. So little stars. That one's fairly straightforward. Little stars. Right, so it's going to be the cuppa that I'm going to have a think about. Oh god. Right, okay. Right, I'll go and have a think and I'll be back in a sec. Well, I had to get my thinking cap for this one. First one's kisses, stars, fine. Got my threads. It was the cuppa. So I was busy looking at my tag. And I had a little, I made like a little label as if it was from a tea bag. And I thought, I could just go get a tag from a tea bag and add it on to my piece. Because I just don't think I wanted to put a cup, because it's quite abstract what I've ended up doing. And then I remembered that in my shed, I've got some little trinkets, and one of them's a cup and one's a teapot. So I'm so going to cheat, and I'm going to add those in to what I'm doing, which is a full-on cheat, but I'm quite happy to cheat because you're allowed to do anything you want. It's tag roulette. Right, so how am I going to add these on? I think I might do somewhere. Oh, what have I done with them? I've got some little light, there we go, little light bulb pins. I think I might just pin them on. I've got some white ones that sort of fit. And they are kind of cute. So I think I'm going to just find little places where I've got a bit of a gap and just dangle these down. It's quite nice actually, because I've got all these little trinkets that I've bought at different shows. Oh, that's the wrong way around. At different shows, and I've never used them. So actually, it's quite nice. She says, justifying everything to herself. There it goes, my little teacup. Oh, I've now lost my other pin. Thought I've just got 2 out. Might just have to stitch that down just so it stops it from moving. We'll see, I haven't got 2 out. Another one, and then I've got a tiny little teapot. Actually fit actually quite nice. There just isn't a couple of little gaps. Put this one up here. So I know again this is a full-on cheat, but you have to go with what you've got, and you can use your imagination. So there's my cuppa and my teapot. kind of cute. So got cross stitch and stars, fairly self-explanatory. So where I'd got my applique from last month, it's not the most exciting of things. So cross stitches or kisses. I know on the actual tag I put on a cross piece of fabric, which you can do, but I really just want to be playing around with stitches I think now. So when you're thinking about your cross stitch, you could do it so that it's all very regular. I quite like them where you start doing them and they overlap and they're different sizes. The crosses go in different directions. And I think them travelling then across a piece, when I've talked about before about going over your shapes, it adds a bit more interest to what's going on. So they can be quite quick really. So I'm just going to build them up, going across my circle, because after I'd done it I just thought it did stand out a little bit much. So actually having a little stitch this month that is just a plain stitch is quite nice, just to start blurring edges, as they say in Yorkshire. So it's my big birthday month this month. Oh, scary pants. Time's just flying by. Big birthday, by that I mean 50. I can remember doing my tag as well last year for that. Which one did I do? That was Bonfire Night. Where's the Bonfire Night one? Bonfire. Oh, it was that one. It was wrapped. Yeah, it was that one. The wrapped one was like wrapping presents. Yeah. So just get yourself a length thread and just keep going with your cross stitch until you run out of thread. And you could do it obviously in 2 or 3 different places, but it wants to sort of travel across things. Choose an area where it's a bit, you've got a gap, or it's a bit plain, just not very exciting, or like when I put my circle on, it just stood out a little bit too much. Okay, let's finish that off at the back. So you could do more if you want to. Put that through. So there, got my cross stitch. Just going into that one, and then I've chosen a white thread because the little stars I always think look nicer sort of in whites. So I'm trying to think about my piece now, as in I'm going to end up sort of like folding the edges in next month when it comes to finish it. So my bottom's my bottom's quite straight. That's funny. That side's quite straight. I'll probably end up chopping one of them crosses off there, but it's this side I think that I need. So I've got my heart. I need to work out the actual edge, but I think I'm sort of getting a bit of an empty bit there. Hopefully I might have something next month to fill it, but we'll start doing a few little stars. So your little stars, there's different ways that you can do this. They are just tiny little straight stitches, usually an odd number, and they sort of go around a central point. So you can do them just with little straight stitches, all sorts of different sizes, but they do need to be quite small. And again, It's like a little splattering of them. I'm just thinking now, did I add some French knots in there? Oh, I did, and some sequins. Oh, that'd be kind of nice. Just zhuzh it up a bit. So your basic one is just 5 little straight stitches going around in a circle. Okay. The next one that you could do, that I showed everybody, was with little pistol stitches. So your pistol stitch is like a French knot, but not like a French knot. So you bring your thread up, point your needle, thread away from the hole, wrap it round 5 times, and then just go down a little way, pull that a little tighter, not too tight, and then pull it through. Oh, now you see, I ain't got a milliner's needle. I've got a normal needle with a big eye, which makes your job a little bit harder. But you end up then with a little knot. 2, 3, 4. So if you've got a big eye like mine, don't pull that too tight. Just means then the eye will go through a little bit easier. There we go. So you could do little pistol stitches going around the edge. Again, these could be scattered all over your piece. Let's turn that around because I can't do it upside down. So needle, thread away from the hole. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back down where you want the little knot to be. Pull your needle through. Oops. Needle through. There we go. Your knot appears on the end. A bit twisted. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Then we had looked at, there were some little sequins that I did. So there's 2 different ways that you can add your sequins. I've got some green ones. Just pull a few of those out. There we go. So one of them is just coming up from the back of your fabric. Pop your sequin on. Hopefully it's going to go over my needle. Yep. Sequin on. Pop it down and then just do... Oh, I don't know if this is going to work because I've got quite a chunky needle. Gonna go through. Oh yeah, it's gone through. And then just do like 3 little catching stitches just to stitch it down. There we go. So I've done I'm going to focus. There we go. 3 little stitches around that sequin. Or you can come up and just do a little French knot. Or if you've got a beading needle, you can obviously add some little beads on the end of it. This isn't liking this needle. I'm going to change my needle. That one that's the eye is fairly similar to the length of the needle, the width of the needle. But then you can't get your thread through. There we go. That's it. Right, okay, try again. Should go through now. There we go. Pop that down and then just do 1, 2, 3, little French knot, back down your hole, and it just pops a knot on your little sequin. And then obviously you can intersperse little French knots as well. So again, unless you're doing it where you are doing your piece and you want it to be all separate months, don't forget to keep going over different edges, over different stitches that you've done, just to then bring it back into the piece that you're doing. I've got no idea now if that made sense, what I just said. It's overlapping techniques. Let's do the French knot one. So again, depending on how much time you've got, you can spend as little or as long on this. Keep sharing them because we're getting near the end now, so these should be beginning to look really, really good and quite full. I'm quite excited to see what 3 things we end up with next month, because there's not much room left, really. Right, I'll leave that like that for now. So we have got our little stars in different ways. We have got our cross stitch, and then I've got my cheats cuppa. So can't wait to see what everybody does. Remember to keep sharing, hashtag tag roulette handmade, and I'll see you for the final one next month. See you soon.